Fiction 2, constructive response. Read the prompt first so you know what you are reading for. Examine Scout and Atticus's reaction to Miss Caroline. Based on the way Scout and Atticus react to Miss Caroline, what conclusions can be drawn about each character? In this excerpt from To Kill a Mockingbird, the main character, Scout, has spent her first school day with her new teacher, Miss Caroline. Miss Caroline is upset that Scout can already read and is concerned that she has learned to read the wrong way. Miss Caroline tells Scout she is no longer to read with her father, Atticus, since Atticus does not know how to teach reading. Scout also tries to be helpful in explaining a student's family situation, for which she gets in trouble as well. At home now, she is feeling down about her experience. I was weary from the day's crimes. After supper, Atticus sat down with the paper and called, "Scout, ready to read?" The Lord sent me more than I could bear, and I went to the front porch. Atticus followed me. "Something wrong, Scout?" I told Atticus I didn't feel very well, and didn't think I'd go to school anymore if it was all right with him. Atticus sat down in the swing and crossed his legs. His fingers wandered to his watch pocket. He said that was the only way he could think. He waited in amiable silence, and I sought to reinforce my position. "You never went to school, and you do all right, so I'll just stay home too. You can teach me like Granddaddy taught you and Uncle Jack." "No, I can't," said Atticus. "I have to make a living. Besides, they'd put me in jail if I kept you at home. Dose of magnesia for you tonight and school tomorrow." "I'm feeling all right, really." "Thought so. Now what's the matter?" Bit by bit, I told him the day's misfortunes. "And she said you taught me all wrong, so we can't ever read any more, ever. Please don't send me back. Please, sir." Atticus stood up and walked to the end of the porch. When he completed his examination of the wisteria vine, he strolled back to me. "First of all," he said, "if you can learn a simple trick, Scout, you'll get along a lot better with all kinds of folks. You never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view." "Sir?" "Until you climb into his skin and walk around in it." Atticus said I had learned many things today, and Miss Caroline had learned several things herself. She had learned not to hand something to a Cunningham, for one thing, but if Walter and I had put ourselves in her shoes, we'd have seen it was an honest mistake on her part. We could not expect her to learn all Maycomb's ways in one day, and we could not hold her responsible when she knew no better. "I'll be dogged," I said. "I didn't know no better than not to read to her, and she held me responsible. Listen, Atticus, I don't have to go to school." I was bursting with a sudden thought. "Burris Oole, remember? He just goes to school the first day. The truant lady reckons she's carried out the law when she gets his name on the roll." "You can't do that, Scout," Atticus said. "Sometimes it's better to bend the law a little in special cases. In your case, the law remains rigid, so to school you must go." Now take a look at the meaning of some of these words. Amiable, having a friendly and pleasant manner. Dose of magnesia. A dose is an exact amount of medicine. Magnesium is a medicine used for an upset stomach. Wisteria vine is a lavender-colored flowering plant that grows like a vine up trees, walls, or other supports. Dogged. Having strong determination, stubborn. Rigid, strict, not flexible. Now, when you go and answer the Fiction 2 constructive response question, examine Scout and Atticus's reaction to Miss Caroline. Based on the way Scout and Atticus react to Miss Caroline, what conclusions can be drawn about each character? Your paragraph, CR response must be submitted, but this is optional to help you organize support for your answer. So, how did Scout react to Miss Caroline? How did Atticus react to Miss Caroline? Give a piece of evidence that shows how Scout reacted to Miss Caroline. Give a piece of evidence that shows how Atticus reacted. What can you infer about the character based on their reaction. You're going to write that in this last box. And then you can form your paragraph using your racist strategy.